All right, so we're at the final month of this MLC, and we have the Ugandan Giant Prize Wall. So Kamala is the weekend debut. Finally, I know a lot of people have been wanting him for a very long time, and we have him, and we have a pretty solid wall, depending on what you have access to. So um, you should be at around 11,700, I believe it is. Scott did the math, so I apologize if I'm not getting all the math correct, but Scott Go Blue, phenomenal, the GOAT, breaks down every event and does it with class and style and with an eye on and for everyone in the game, not just people who invest, but people who are pure free play and people of all different types of faction backgrounds. So I believe it's about 11,700 is baseline, and then the faction event, which I'll show you right now, the side faction event, I'm logged into the Candyland account, which this one won't get any because we don't play this account like that. But in the final milestone for you and your faction is this Ugandan giant contest bag. So you get at least 5,000 here, up to 40K. Now I've seen people really hit it big with this. I have not been so lucky. When we've had, I think it was last month, I think it was base or 6,000 or whatever it was. It was very, very low. But I know a lot of people have hit, and hopefully a lot of people continue to hit. But at least 5,000, so you should be about 16,700 when all is said and done, and that's supposing that your faction maxes. Oops. So let's go back to the actual wall itself. So this new skill plate came out, Gruesome Guys. So basically, it's essentially a blue sheet plate. So every time you activate a blue move, you're increasing your move damage by 100% for 2 total turns. That includes your current turn. So I would have rather have been 200% for 1 turn, just because it makes more sense. But it's still a decent plate, something that I know people have been asking for, different variations of the sheet plate. So we finally have that. So that is a decent one to grab, depending. Maybe not so useful now, but it is something that's always nice to have. You never know what comes out, or maybe in boss mode down the road. Bundle of Fury. You heard me say this on previous videos. I do not like these bundles. You can get an armory way cheaper for what it is. Basically, an entire event for 2 medals just seems like a big, and that's you still be a little bit short if you got baseline. But it just doesn't seem like it's worth all that. What I'm targeting, if I can get there, is the trap plate. I still don't have this. I had chance at it. I actually passed on it once, and maybe once or twice. But it is something that I really, really want in my inventory. That's something that I would definitely chase. I would take that over to Yeet Plate simply because I don't have it, and I do have the Yeet Plate, and the Yeet seems a lot more available. And the Trap Plate works on so many more characters, especially now with all the trap cards. The Mischief Plate, still great. A lot of people are still missing this, surprisingly, but it is still available, and it is being made available this weekend. And I love the Mischief Plate. You can put it on Muda. I'll have another video coming out, him doing quite a bit of damage, which I know some have seen, but also it's going to be with the Ring Royalty plate, the brand new one. But this is a great plate to have. I'm not a fan of spam plates necessarily, but some characters do need them, and it does increase your roster depth just by having this one plate. Time of Style is really good. I actually have it on Rhea now, Acro Rhea, and she does a ton of damage. I did a video way back where she was doing over 200 million before the feud moment, before perks and all that kind of stuff. So she is still amazing with this, and so are some other characters as well, including the X-Army Acro Sean, HBK, plus he has the moment too. So that is a great plate, very under appreciated plate, because it's not something that you can use on so many different characters, but whoever you can use it on, it really does pump. But it is something that you could also get for free in skill plate bags. So maybe you don't really chase it for this particular event, but something that you try to target later on, especially if it comes around very cheap. Then we have the red reinforcement plate, the green reinforcement plate, and the yellow. I don't like the variant plates, as I mentioned in the past, but they are good to have. I know a lot of people are targeting the green one, so that is one to definitely scoop up if you can get it. The yellow one is also pretty solid as well. The May Crown, you've seen a lot of videos of mine. I got a little friendly blowback on this because I personally, again, don't like using the spam plates, but it does unlock a lot of opportunity and damage for different characters. The purple blades, I would not go after this. It's been so readily available, and it's just for purple. I have 2 of them already. One they gave out for free, another one in a subsequent event. Hard Times Plate, again, something you get for free. Botchman is available. It's only the Botchman red for here. So again, unless you really, really feel a need for it, I'd rather go a little bit more to get a get the rainbow version of these types of plates, like I did with the reinforcement, and get the individual colors. That's my personal opinion, unless it's super, super cheap. But if there's nothing else here, you could always grab that up just to have. Total Silence is a really, really strong plate. I have it on Vetsina. I actually have it on Zombie Bailey just to in case I want to just create extra damage for a different mode. But it is a good plate, and it's very cheap. 7,800 is cheap. Down the rabbit hole, and then we have these other spam plates to break 4, make 10. I don't like those. I don't use those. I haven't for years. The only one that I haven't really used, I think, is what I call Pity the Flex plate. Pity the Fool plate, and maybe Total Silence I might have used. But again, the moment has passed. As it relates to shards, there are some decent shard options here, and specifically where my finger is here and scrolling, which is King General Gunther. A lot of people still missing him. I have him, so I'm not chasing this, but it is a really good price point, because if you're going to be at that baseline, you're still going to be able to scoop up 2 lots of these. Same thing with Mami, you'd be able to get at least 1, possibly 2, just for free. So 250 shards of either of these characters, or 1 of each, depending on where you're at. So these are 2 that I would target. I wouldn't go after Blitz because she's free. So it doesn't really make sense to go after that, even though it's really cheap. It doesn't make sense to me unless you have another idea, or maybe shard conversion or whatever you're targeting. But for me, that doesn't make sense. Tiffy's also free. She also pops up a lot in different loots, in briefcases. So again, I don't know if I would do that unless you're maybe trying to get a fuse or something like that. CM Punk Voice of the Voiceless, one-time offer, 125 shards. So again, a few different shard options that are really good. Still some premium chases. The Mega Chants are rare, and you could also get none. So there's the rare ones, which is the 150% gem damage, 150% move 150% move damage, and then 100% gem defense. So there are some good components to this, but it is even more of a trap strap than the others, just because you can end up getting nothing or bare bones bonus. So then you also have the 150% gem damage, 150% move damage. You know how I feel about these. I don't like targeting character-specific straps unless it's super, super rare. For him, I imagine you're able to get it, so I wouldn't get that. 100% gem defense straps. Again, it is a character-specific strap, but those drop a lot more infrequently than the 150s. So if you want to get something to make it a neck plan build, then that would be the target. But I don't like character-specific straps generally. And then you have the resource bundles as well, tokens, and then all these other items as well. So some of them you might have to click into to see what else is in there. Again, this is just filler at the end with anything you have left. So again, decent wall, depending on what you have access to. It's nice that they added some of the premium shard lots for people still chasing. I've seen a lot of people getting Mami this week, which I'm very happy about. She is so good. My personal target this weekend, depending on where I'm at, like I said, I'd love to get the trap plate. If I can get the Ugandan plate, I might consider it, but I wouldn't get it over the trap plate, quite frankly, because I can immediately incorporate this into so many different characters. So hopefully you all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the boss event, and see you next time.